This presentation is a part of the Reproductive Health and Safety Unit. It will be on the FDA-approved methods of contraceptives. At no point in time will any of the contraceptives be demonstrated. The lesson objectives are to understand the meaning of abstinence, to recognize FDA-approved contraceptives, to differentiate between the various methods of contraceptive, and to understand the failure rates and effectiveness of various contraceptives. Question box. You will find the question box linked in the module. Any questions you have about this lesson can be submitted there. If your question applies to the entire class and is appropriate, your question and mentor answer will be placed in the question box discussion. Some questions may be better answered privately by direct reply from your mentor or by your parents. Remember that we want to maintain a mature and respectful environment, and if a question is inappropriate to the class, it will not be placed in the question box discussion section. Open up a word processing document and answer these questions. Pause the presentation while you answer the questions. When you are finished, you may resume the presentation. Throughout this presentation, we will find out the failure rate of these contraceptives. There are 7 methods of birth control: the barrier method, the hormonal method, emergency contraceptive, implanted devices, permanent methods for women, permanent methods for men, and abstinence. We are going to learn about each of these methods. Abstinence from sexual activity is the only certain means of avoiding unplanned pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases when transmitted through sexual contact, including HIV and AIDS, and other associated health and emotional problems. Abstinence from sexual activity is the expected standard for school-age children. Here is a list of the advantages of abstinence. Delay the onset of sexual activity provides healthier outcomes. Here are some healthier outcomes: decreased number of lifetime partners, a decreased risk of contracting an STD, a decreased risk of unplanned pregnancy, a decreased risk of hurt emotions and mental angst, decreased risk of forming a reputation, decreased risk of being in an abusive or controlling relationship, an increased opportunity that will finish high school and be free to pursue your life goals. No form of contraceptive will be demonstrated or disseminated. Choosing abstinence is the safest choice for students. Here are the barrier methods: male condoms, female condoms, the diaphragm with spermicide, sponge with spermicide, cervical cap with spermicide, and spermicide alone. The male condom. Out of every 100 women who use this method, 18 may get pregnant. Male condoms don't protect you from all STDs. Example is the HPV. Except for abstinence, latex condoms are the best protection against HIV and AIDS. A female condom. Out of every 100 women who use this method, about 21 may get pregnant. Female condoms may provide some protection against sexually transmitted infections. Diaphragm with spermicide. Out of every 100 women who use this method, about 12 may get pregnant. This method has no protection against STDs. The sponge with spermicide. Out of every 100 women who use this method, 12 to 24 may get pregnant. The sponge with spermicide has no protection against STIs. The cervical cap with spermicide. Out of every 100 women who use this method, about 17 to 23 may get pregnant. Again, the The cervical cap doesn't provide any prevention of the transfer of STDs. Spermicide alone. Out of every 100 women who use this method, about 28 may get pregnant. Spermicide shows little evidence of preventing STDs. Hormonal methods. The oral contraceptive. Out of every 100 women who use this method, 9 may get pregnant. Oral contraceptives do not protect you against STDs. An oral contraceptive, this is progestin only. Same as before, out of every 100 women, only about 9 get pregnant, and it provides no protection against STDs. Another oral contraceptive, extended or continuous use. Out of every 100 women who use this method, about 9 may get pregnant, and it provides no protection from STDs. The patch. Out of every 100 women, about 9 may get pregnant, and the patch, just like oral contraceptives, does not provide any protection against STDs. Vaginal contraceptive ring. Out of every 100 women who use this method, about 9 may get pregnant. The vaginal ring does not protect against STDs. You may also get a shot or an injection. Out of every 100 women who use this method, including women who don't get the shot on time, 6 may get pregnant out of those 100 women. Shots and injections do not protect against STDs. Emergency contraceptive. Emergency contraceptives consist of a combination of pills. This combination of pills is often used when the primary birth control method fails or when a person has become victim of a sexual assault or rape. In Nevada, people of any age can buy Plan B one-step without a prescription over the counter at a local pharmacy. Next Choice, One Dose, and My Way are approved for sale without a prescription to those who are 17 and older from a pharmacist. If you are 16 or younger, you will need a prescription for Next Choice, One Dose, and My Way. The emergency contraceptive pill, Ella, is only available with a prescription regardless of your age. Prices may vary for each of these depending on the brand and the pharmacy. Implanted devices. Implanted devices are inserted into the body and be kept there for a few years. The IUD and implantable rod are the two methods of using implanted devices. IUD. Out of every 100 women who use this method, less than 1 may get pregnant. The IUD does not provide any protection against STDs. Implantable rod. Out of every 100 women who use this method, less than 1 may get pregnant. The implantable rod does not provide any protection against STDs. Permanent method for women. There are 2 different surgeries that women can have, a sterilization surgery and a sterilization implant. For men, there is a sterilization surgery called a vasectomy. The transabdominal surgical sterilization implant. Out of every 100 women who use this method, less than 1 may get pregnant. This implant does not provide any protection against STDs. Transcervical surgical sterilization implant. Out of every 100 women who use this method, less than 1 may get pregnant. This implant does not provide any protection against STDs. The vasectomy for a male. Out of every 100 women whose partner has a vasectomy, less than 1% may get pregnant. Having a vasectomy does not provide any protection against STDs. Here is a list of estimated birth control effectiveness and STD protection. Based on today's data, what would you suggest to someone who wants to be 100% free of unplanned pregnancies and STDs transmitted through sexual contact? Abstinence.